something that you're waiting for it to be produced. So I want to talk about briefly this morning the seed of the word. The seed of the word. When was the last time you heard a word from the Lord? When was the last time you heard a word from the Lord? Answer that to yourself. When was the last time you heard a word from the Lord? When was the last time the Lord spoke to you and gave you instructions to do something according to his word? So notice the seed of the word, it produces great harvest. I want to talk about it. Let's go to Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verses 5 through 12. I'm going to read from the Message Bible. So I want to get this, something that we talk about as common. You say, oh, I know that word. But let's delve into it for a minute. The seed of the word. And remember the question I asked. When was the last time you heard a word from the Lord? Not yourself, not someone else, but a word from the Lord. Not saying that God does not use people to give you a word, but when was the last time you received a word from the Lord? The Bible reads as thus in the Message Bible, verses 5 through 12, Proverbs chapter number 3. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Isn't that something? I'm going to read that one more time. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. He's the one who will keep you on track. Don't assume that you know it all. Run to God. Run from evil. Your body will glow with health. Your very bones will vibrate with life. Honor God with everything you own. Give him the first and the best. Your barns will burst. Your wine vats will brim over. But don't, dear friend, resent God's discipline. Don't sulk under his loving correction. It's the child he loves that God corrects. A father's delight is behind all this. I know in verses don't walk away from it. Don't get upset with him. Don't sulk me. Don't whine and cry. Don't have your lip poked out under his loving correction. I know I've done it. I've been guilty. My grandfather punished me. Guess what I was doing? In the corner with my lip poked out. When you get disciplined, it's not a good feeling. But we have to remember we're being corrected because of an action that we had done. He said it's the child he loves that God corrects. If he chastens us, if he corrects us, that means he loves us. Love you and then deny you. Could you imagine if Jesus had given up on Peter? No, let's not talk about Peter. What about if Jesus had given up on us? Don't answer that question, but think about how many times we were quick-tempered. How many times we lied? How many times we cursed? Oh, Lord, help us. How many times we have backslidden? How many times we said we love you and then go far away from him? How many times we poked our lip out at God when he corrected us and sat in the corner and refused to give him praise? You don't steal what belongs to you, right? You don't rob but usually people that come steal, kill, and destroy is something that don't belong to them. You don't kill yourself to destroy. You say come to steal, kill, steal what? Something that does. A thief steals what don't belong to them. That's why they call a thief. The devil is a thief. He's a robber. And so what does he try to do? He tries to rob that which God has made in his image and his likeness. He made him to serve him. So the enemy tries his best to steal our joy, steal our relationship with God. And he will do it by any means necessary. I want us to understand he will use our family. He will use our friends. He will use those that are closest to us to take us away from God. But we need to say the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. If we say we're going to trust God, trust him. The seed of the word. The seed of the word is a fight of faith and the will. The enemy sees down the road of what we will become, so he tries to fight us with fleshly desires and try to break our spirit. He tries his best to break everything that we do for God.